It doesn't start with control. It starts with connection. They read you fast, what you value, what you crave, what you'll tolerate. At first, it feels like understanding. They mirror your words, your pain, your dreams, and it feels like you've finally met someone who gets you. But slowly, things begin to shift. The warmth that once felt healing starts to feel confusing. You find yourself questioning your memory, apologizing for things you didn't do, doubting what's real. That's emotional manipulation, and it doesn't always come from a villain in the shadows. Sometimes it comes from someone you love, someone who learned how to control instead of connect. By the time you notice, they've already trained your nervous system to associate their approval with safety, and their disapproval with fear. You start walking on eggshells, adjusting yourself to keep the peace. That's not love. That's conditioning. And the scariest part? They often make you believe it's your fault. Let's pull back the curtain. Emotional manipulation isn't random, it follows a pattern. It begins with idealization. They shower you with attention, validation, empathy, the very things you've been starving for. Your brain lights up. Dopamine floods in. You bond. Then, little by little, they introduce confusion. A joke that cuts too deep. A silent treatment that leaves you guessing. They twist your words just enough that you begin to second-guess your perception. This back and forth, validation, withdrawal, validation again, creates an addictive loop. Your brain starts chasing the next moment of approval, the next good version of them. It's not weakness, it's biology. Your nervous system is being rewired through intermittent reinforcement. Every time they pull away, your body feels danger. Every time they give warmth again, it feels like relief. That cycle of fear and comfort bonds you tighter, not through love, but through survival. That's why people stay. Not because they're blind, but because their body remembers the safety that was once promised. Emotional manipulation rarely announces itself. It hides in moments that seem harmless. When you say you're hurt, they laugh and call you too sensitive. When you try to express a boundary, they say, you're overreacting. When you finally pull away, they cry and say, I can't live without you. It's the mixed messages that wear you down. The way they play victim right after being cruel. The sudden warmth after coldness, leaving you disoriented but hopeful. You start filtering yourself. You rehearse conversations in your head. You weigh every word, every tone, every expression, just to avoid setting them off. That's not you being careful, that's you being controlled. And maybe the hardest part is when the world sees their charm but never their cruelty. You look like the one who's changed, when in truth, you're the one who's surviving. This is how emotional manipulation hides, behind charisma, tears, good intentions, and half-truths. And every time you try to name what's happening, they twist it back onto you. Here's the truth no manipulator wants you to know: the moment you begin trusting your reality again, they lose their power. Healing starts with noticing the pattern, not just the person. Because manipulation isn't only about control, it's about disconnection. They disconnect you from your intuition, from your worth, from the voice that whispers, something's not right. You don't heal by proving them wrong. You heal by remembering your truth. Start small. When you feel that familiar guilt after setting a boundary, pause. That's not guilt, that's conditioning leaving your body. When someone tries to confuse you, come back to what you felt before their explanation. Your first feeling was truth. You were not naive for believing the best in people. You were kind, and someone used that kindness as a doorway. But that doesn't mean you have to keep the door open. When you stop chasing clarity from manipulative people, you create space for peace. Peace isn't boring, it's safety. And once you taste that kind of peace, chaos will never feel like love again. So if you've ever doubted your worth, your memory, or your strength, this is your reminder: you're not broken. You were manipulated. And now, you're awake. Every time you choose to trust your own voice, you're healing. Every time you choose peace over confusion, you're reclaiming your power. This is what freedom feels like. Not loud. Not dramatic. Just steady. Like your nervous system finally exhaling after years of holding its breath. If this message hit something deep, don't let it end here. Subscribe, because every week, we break down the hidden patterns that kept you stuck. And help you rebuild trust in yourself again. You deserve relationships that feel safe, not confusing. Let's unlearn the lies together.